see, most of you all are in different phases of evolution of your OTT platforms. You're very new, Amit. So they have a platform called Waves, and he'll talk a bit about Waves in terms of it's a free public sector I don't know whether you're getting much advertising right now, but very early days. So talk a bit about Waves.
Hello. So good evening to all. Waves recently in last November it was launched. It was launched in Goa in the IFFI festival. So I guess most of you have gone to the platform. If not, kindly go to it. It's a complete bouquet. So when a public broadcaster like Prasar Bharati came into the digital distribution of the content through a OTT platform, so the thought behind the whole process was to represent the stories of the people standing on the each stepstone of the society. We have the stories from the people who are at the last step to the people who are having on the highest step. Similarly, there was a thought that we also have to archive a lot of content which is made by the government. It's a precious archive content. The ghazals of the era you might have, or even our parents. Those people have enjoyed Ghulam Ali, Bade Ghulam Ali Sahab, Begum Akhtar. So those kind of unique contents which are not now accessible in the public space, and people love for those contents, and the shows of your childhood memories like Bunyad, Hum Log, Fauji. So people were looking for that content, and it was available somewhere digitally on the YouTube in the bits and pieces. But our attempt was to again give you the same bouquet at a single comprehensive platform. Similarly, a lot of content which is related to the public benefication schemes, education, health. So that content is also the part of this bouquet. But on the top of it, a lot of entertainment content, cutting edge entertainment content like films, web series, shows, which other digital streaming platforms, other OTTs are also serving. So similar content is also available on the Waves now, and continuously we are striving hard to have more and more content. But along with that, nostalgia is a great feeling, because Doordarshan and All India Radio were the platforms with which everybody have the relation of the childhood memories. So you can again relive those memories. And now, along with that, the Wave is also serving very unique feature. Around 65 TV channels are also going live through Waves, and also the FM stations of Prasar Bharati bouquet are also available on Waves. So it's a complete package what one can have digitally, and as I just tell that presently it is majorly free, so that it can reach to the masses. Just with a OTP and a mobile number, you can register and access the content. If you want to have ad-free content, then you can also subscribe. So that model is also available. But majorly we are going on a free model, so that the more and more users can have access to the content, and content which you can see with the family sitting together. It's the logo is very evident that family entertainment ki nayi lahar, Waves. So you can sit, because this was the major discussion point when we were thinking that the digital space or OTT space, there is need of regulation, because a lot of content was coming which was not viewable sitting together in the family. So that was the thought behind it when government was bringing a platform. The content which you can sit with the family, watch, enjoy, but equally it is also passing on the same values and to the next generations, the values which we carry from our old Vedic system to present.
अभी कहाँ तक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन हो गया उसका, कितने कितने डाउनलोड हुए और कितने आप अकेले ही D2C है कि आपने केबल ऑपरेटर के साथ पार्टनरशिप किया है कि आप लोग Amazon के साथ मिल रहे हो जहाँ से you can have partnerships with different aggregators, OTT Play है, दूसरे बहुत aggregator है.
So the growth, the response of the people is also evident from the growth that in just 3 months we had around 3 million download. So that is the factor that shows that people are liking it. Stickability is also high. Particularly we are getting very good numbers and stickability AMA data from the rural hinterlands because the relativity of the content and the content which is freely available. So that is the main catch here. So that is why people are liking the content and even the old shows like Vyomkesh Bakshi, Flop Show, you will be familiar to all.
Just one Bakshi का Flop Show.
Yeah.
अरे वाह.
So everything is available. Chanakya, Bunyad, Hum Log, whatnot. So all these shows are again available on the platform. You can see, go and watch. Similarly, very good response is coming to the live TV channels. Lot of streaming is happening on live TV channels, FM stations, and the musical archives. With regard to the distributions, we are also now hosting other OTT applications in our app like Lionsgate, Z5 has just rolled to Waves, Eros is our partner, PTC is another partner to us, Chapal is also being hosted now on this Click. So a lot of in-app integrations are coming, and similarly Waves is also getting distributed through other platforms like Playbox. So it is going on Playbox presently, then Jio also. So yeah, we are inching towards both sides, the hosting the other apps here in the Waves so that we can also serve to our TG all those apps, and similarly we are also trying to reach to the other distribution platforms wherever it could be made accessible so that public at large can go and see and reach to Waves. So that is the only future because this was one of the thought behind going for a digital streaming, that because the satellite viewing day by day is falling and majorly people are on mobile these days. So this was one of the reasons that let's make that television bouquet also available on the digital OTT platform along with the other compatibilities and content bouquet of the digital platform which is expected from a digital platform.
3 million download. Let's give them a round of applause, man. That's great, man. Coming down to Pratap, Chanajor.
Yes, sir.
बचपन में था Chanajor, Chanagaram. How did you get the brand name? One quickly, and tell us a bit about the programming. How many downloads? How many subscribers? Yours is a paid service. Quickly.
So, Chanajor is a concept because.
Can you take the mic up?
Yeah. So since our content is snackable content, we serve like 10 to 15 minutes duration of content, snackable. Then Chanajor is also snackable, right? So and this Desi thing, we serve Desi content. And Chanajor it belongs to our country only, right? It's Desi thing for UP, Bihar. Our target audience is from that area, and Chanajor is like very popular there. So इस बार like जोड़ रहा था नाम साथ में कि हाँ कुछ मैच हो रहा था नाम with Chanajor in our content. So this why Chanajor is there the name. And
कितने डाउनलोड हो गए और कितने सब्सक्राइबर आपके?
We are around 4 lakhs plus download right now. Plus we have very good amount of web traffic. So our app is less but web is more. So and
सब पेड है कि फ्री है?
It's a paid thing. Paid content and some free sampling is there.
और प्राइसिंग कितना है?
It's 59 rupees a month and 239 rupees a year.
और सब लोग पे कर रहे हैं 59 rupees.
हाँ जो पे करते हैं. We could discount coupon also. We are some promo code and all. So to people can.
और कहाँ से सब्सक्रिप्शन आ रही है आपके?
Majorly UP, Bihar, MP, Delhi is a major.
Northern belt से आ रही है ज़्यादातर.
Hindi belt, yes.
बहुत अच्छी
बात.
बात.
हम लोग प्योर हिंदी कंटेंट प्लेटफॉर्म है हम लोग.
और स्नैकेबल कंटेंट है.
हाँ स्नैकेबल कंटेंट.
बहुत अच्छी बात है. मुबारक हो.
Thank you.
आपने कहा 4 लाख subscriber.
Yeah.
माला माल है यार, बहुत अच्छी बात है. Let's get on with Dhruvin here. I'll come to you, Saurabh, but let me finish with Dhruvin first. You basically are educated abroad, you've come back here, and you started this. You started it, or your brother or dad? You started it. And tell us a bit about the subscription base, your distribution strategy. You said your free ward, and then you moved on to T ward, S ward, your pricing mechanism, your distribution. Now, how are you planning to increase the subscriptions?
Thank you so much for that. So, I'm here to proudly present our platform JOJO. JOJO is the fastest growing dedicated Gujarati OTT platform.
And JOJO means dekho dekho.
JOJO means to watch.
Yeah.
तो आप लोग को भी request है please हमें बता पर JOJO and JOJO पर JOJO for all the Gujarati guys out there. So as a dedicated Gujarati OTT platform, we ensure that our audiences around the world. So we're streaming across 177 countries, and the idea is to have a platform that is dedicated to entertaining Gujaratis around the world.
Or Gujarati interested people.
Yes.
Not just Gujaratis.
Of course,
Yeah.
we're all inclusive. So we've started out with a library of movies, web series, reality shows, documentaries, dramas, and many much more things coming up, all in the Gujarati language. Something that we really want to take further is the love for the language, and as we've been seeing that other platforms in the regional spaces have been growing and doing tremendous work, I feel like we've found our market fit. So JOJO was actually launched in October 2023, which is about a year and a half of a journey that we've had. We've crossed about 55 to 60 lakh users, and we started out with a free ward, and then we very instantly jumped to an A ward model. Expanding our distribution to the CTVs and obviously mainly being our standalone audiences on the JOJO ecosystem. So that means that all of the platforms that the people are watching JOJO on is provided by the platform since we're in the first initial years. Very recently we've launched our subscription model as well as a T-Ward transaction based model. And a very beautiful windowing is happening now. So हम लोग पहले हमारे यूजर्स को बहुत रिस्पेक्टफुली हमने गैदर करने के लिए हमने प्रीमियम कंटेंट को फ्री में दिया. यूजर्स आए, हमारे साथ जुड़े, लाखों लोग डेली ऐप को यूज करने लग गए. And as we found कि चलो there is a good demand and there's a good market fit that we've sort of captured here. तो उसके बाद immediately we switched to, as I said, the ad model. But while that transition was happening, we made sure that the tech is something that we hold very dear to ourselves. And given that right now so many people are streaming on the platform, I think the second year and the third and the fourth year, we're going to double our users by 100% growth is what we are eyeing. So we're going to be having more than 1 crore users streaming onto the platform by our end of our second year. And as we're progressing further, definitely distribution is the way to go. But as a new platform and as a very strong value proposition that we wanted to give to all the global Gujaratis, we made sure that we build an honest audience on our own and then go out to our partners and distributors and further expand our reach. So we're all open for that now, and I think it's going to be better to partner with different OEMs and different partners now to expand the scalability of the platform.
And your content is a lot of digital shows. I hate the word web series. Anyone can make a web series.
Yeah.
So everyone uses web series very freely. Like
That's
even a
right.
Panwala makes a web series.
Absolutely.
Whereas
So-
the shows you all make are curated, they're shot well.
Right.
Really hate the way people use the word web series.
Yeah. So definitely, I mean, and when we speak of the Gujarati language, right, the web series typically are lesser produced. I mean, there aren't many web series that you can sort of say that, okay, and particularly when it comes to the long form web series, right, that is something the Gujarat market does shy away from, particularly because the primary source of revenue for content production comes from the movie industry, right? But again, that's a growing market. So as you slowly progress, I mean, definitely we've been taken much bigger leaps in terms of the content. So we have been presenting long form web series and long form shows. Again, here we go. So long form shows and things of that nature. Even reality shows are doing extremely well. Now this year we're segueing into the live streaming as well, which is going to be a very interesting journey because there are so many cultural events that are happening around the
So
world.
you do Dandiya live.
Absolutely.
Excellent. So you're following in the footsteps of GeoStar, which did a lot of
Absolutely. I feel like live is a big
Coldplay.
Absolutely, because when you, when you gather an audience, right, it is important that they are also, brought on by different opportunities, may that be live as well, And particularly now, JOJO's interest is also, as I said, to collect the global Gujarati diaspora onto one platform. So to take that mission forward, it's very important that we segue into live ourselves. So not only are we getting into, as JOJO Studios this year, we are getting into movie production as well, and strengthening the production facilities of Gujarat and the Gujarati industry. But at the same time, we are also eyeing to do more artist tours around the world. I feel like there's a huge demand, and obviously Navaratris, we all are familiar, it's been happening phenomenon at a global level, and it's a bridging of the communities, of the spread across the world. And events is a great way of doing that. So definitely something we are eyeing.
So now I'm going to come to your cousin brother or cousin sister, Shemaroo, which has a lot of Gujarati content also. So tell us a bit about Shemaroo Me, the terms of subscribers, content, and the aggregation model which you are working towards. Are you on different platforms? Are you tied up with CT, Samsung? Are you tied up? What exactly is the lay of the land currently, not what was 6 months ago?
So thankfully, like Shemaroo introduction will be short, as in Shemaroo Me won't require that much introduction. So
Shemaroo Me.
So Shemaroo Me, see, core of our business defines which streams we play in. So
take the mic up.
Yeah. So I wouldn't say that we are Shemaroo Me is a dedicated Gujarati play. We have unmatched legacy in Hindi entertainment that will always manifest in the direct-to-consumer business that we'll have in online streaming, and that is our equally strong portfolio. So if I look at my download base of 20 million plus, and I'm not too impressed my download base
Let's
and all, because subscribers
Let's have the actives.
Yeah, eventually subscribers matter who pay for the content, and we, as a strategy or in belief system, we tend to lean towards SWOT model. So that is where we play, and it is equally contributed by both Gujarati and Hindi content. So SWOT is and when it comes to distribution, like aggregated distribution or direct to consumer play, we play both. There are business realities, there is cost to distribution, there is all models are developing right now in the industry. We are very fresh as an industry when it comes to online streaming, OTT. So I don't know which model, I can't predict into future which model will eventually be more viable. But we obviously play in both the models, but as belief system we lean towards direct to consumer model. So direct consumer acquisition.
Ad support model.
Direct to consumer. So
D2C model.
So in distribution always while we play in both, we lean as belief system towards direct consumer acquisition and working towards that, scaling that up, while not shying away obviously from there are merits of distribution through aggregation or super apps. We play into those or play by the ears basically.
If you look at, they just announced 200 million subscribers for JioHotstar, out of which probably, I think about 60% would be through aggregators and through, being bundled along with basically through telco partnerships, etc.
So,
but that's a merit. There's a merit in that.
It's still a paywall. It may be a thinner paywall, but it's still a paywall, and I wouldn't know exact proportion. Obviously, everybody will have a guess. But higher percentage will come from, if you scale up fast, obviously aggregation allows you to, that distribution model allows you to scale up faster. The downside is your net ARPUs will go down. Second thing is your direct to consumer play will in proportion become smaller. So, but there is no right or wrong answer about it, because nobody can look into future and say which will play out accordingly. And while every part of the chain is trying to find a viable business model, it is wise to also scale up at certain time, especially when you have AWOT plus SWOT play. So
if you're looking at the lay of the land, most of America is headed towards AWOT now. If you look at what Prime is doing, if you look at what Netflix is doing, even in the US, they're going to come up with in US and Canada, they're going to come up with the AWOT model. So SWOT has reached a particular saturation level where the growth will be coming in the range of anywhere between. India has not been saturated, to be honest. We are a very large country, but still, this is to all of you all. So AWOD seems to be one of the ways to generate revenue while you continue with SWOT. And Indians don't mind watching ads. If you go by what cable TV does, and what DTH does, because it's a AWOD come SWOT model, not SWOT actually, video, it's a paid model. You don't mind paid television with ads. So your comments on this, and then it doesn't matter whether you're being aggregated, whether you're not being aggregated. For the person at home, he's watching. Like I have a Jio subscription at home. I don't care, and I also have a Vodafone subscription, which gives me free apps. I use both. It doesn't matter to me as a consumer. So each of your views on that.
So I'll just start and then everybody can add their points. I think between AWOD and SWOT, yes, what should happen, and like in a country like India, for example, where traditionally we have been very AWOD dependent, even in television, that is probably a lot of Western countries were not. So here there is, what should happen is, for industry viability, SWOT contribution has to go up. Otherwise we'll always find it challenging to finally segment the market. If you're finally segmenting the market, having sharper propositions, it will become increasingly difficult to monetize them viably through AWOD alone. So because consumers are making sharper choices, you need to charge for that. That is true for television, that is true for online streaming as well. What will happen in short term, obviously AWOD is here and now, and it is hard to ignore or deprioritize. So AWOD will remain cornerstone of monetization for some time. What should happen may sometimes be different from what is happening as of now.
Anyone else wants to take a stab at it? Take it, yeah. Dhruvin? Dhruvin and then let Pratap.
Cool. So basically, I mean, just to share my journey on this, right? AWOD has been the holy grail for us and our success. And if we were to, I'm pretty sure if with all the content efforts and everything that we've done, with over 150 titles in about a year and a half, and dropping every new title every month and things of that consistency, even with that value proposition or even bigger value propositions than that, if we were to just straight away put up a price tag day one on the launch, and if we were to say that, okay, now please subscribe to watch, I don't know if we would have been where we are today. So I have to definitely owe it to the AWOD model, which helped us scale, which helped us become, an accepted, player in the industry, and overall in terms of the users as well. Even the active users, if we see the funnels, most of our platform, do come from the AWOD space. Obviously, the SWOT sector is immediately growing right after. And what really worked in our favor is also TWOD. I mean, yes, it's very less spoken of, and obviously we just had a great discussion about fast TVs as well. And I do believe that is also a great way to further monetize and things like that. But AWOD, 100%, I completely second what he's saying, cannot be ignored in a market like India, or as the Western markets have already adapted to it. And you rightly said that Indians don't mind watching ads. So there's a very selective diaspora who would actually subscribe to skip ads, right? But at the same time, if there's a bigger offering in the SWOT space, or if there's some value addition, then yes, you can nudge people in that direction. But ideally speaking, AWOD definitely has to be there, and I think that's a great thing that Wales is also.
Do your guys rely on ads, or you're just, I'm paying for the service anyway as a room and access?
So my particular in this regard is that
Keep the mic close.
आपका TG बहुत कुछ बताता है आपको, where to whom you are targeting. So as you told earlier that we Indian don't mind ad actually. YouTube revenues are one of the highest in the Asian territory, particularly in India, if we see. So, but on the other side, flip side of this is that the inventories of the content should be filled with the ads. If you are carrying up the AWOD model and inventories are not filled, so again you are somewhere diverging from your business model. So that has to be very clearly marked. So if we see the global trend across outside even the European digital platform, so most of the people are now moving towards the freemium model or micropayments. So freemium, where you are giving both the choices. If you want to do away with the ads, okay, you buy the subscription and go ahead with that. Because now it's a very heterogeneous economical structure of the society. Particularly, we see Asian countries or in India, if we see the society is totally heterogeneous. Even in the rural areas now, there are bigger farmers who are having good income, so they can afford even the subscription. But majorly, masses don't like to have subscription. Sometimes they want to watch the content on free, and those are the people who actually have time also. So it is also time to money ratio. So the people who are having money in the pocket are having less time to watch, while there are people who are having the not the money in the pocket but have more time to watch. So whom you are targeting and what content you are offering. Second, like he said that if you are having the freemium model, then there should be a clear demarcation that what you are offering in the AVOD and what you are offering in the SVOD. Third, if you are taking the micro payment model like TVOD model, so again the value of that content should gel with the offering. And in the TVOD model, the major problem is if I will buy, I will buy one content or two content every time I have to do a payment, that sometimes irritate the user. So we are also thinking inside to give a credit line to the users, so that at least of 100 or even 200 rupees credit line, so that when this credit line is expired, only then he have to add up the money into the wallet and then do the extra payment. Yeah, it will be like a recharge, so that for the micro payments of 10 rupees or 15 rupees, you need not to go for the payment again and again. Actually, that is a psychology which discourages the users to go for the payment every time. So that is another insight how to put it across. And above all this calculation is the content. If the content is having the stickability and user have to watch that content, like it happened with the Sony Live also when the scam got released, so people watched, they paid money and then they watched the content. So content should be rightly marketed and should have the stickability, should be promoted rightly on the social media, so that people reaches to the content and then even they will be ready to pay for it. So that is the whole game.
So I didn't get it. You're not going to turn pay at some stage? Is Waves going to become pay at some stage?
No, Waves is presently also paid. So we have the freemium model, like we are majorly AVOD, but if you want to get rid of the ads, you can buy the subscription in 999 rupees and then you can...
That's for a year?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like what Amit said is, I agree with this, but I believe that AVOD, sustainability of AVOD model is not very good. Like very low CPM rates in India, okay, lack of fill rates, and very highly expensive ads are being cost. This is the major hinder when we work on AVOD. And I believe that better than AVOD, if we don't want to go on SVOD, better go on FVOD. And try to search for some other avenues of revenue. You can have revenue from FVOD also. Because getting ads and everything is very expensive.
So what revenue can you get with FWOD?
FVOD we can get brand endorsement, brand sponsorship and all these things, right? Because you will have very large user base if you are completely FVOD. And brand, if you have like some millions of downloads and users, I am sure brands will come to you and they will spend.
You've not gone the aggregator route. Are you on the aggregator route in terms of being a part of an aggregated platform? Is Chanajor being distributed through aggregators?
Yes, it's being.
So Vodafone, Airtel.
Yeah, we are on Airtel. We are live with Jio very soon. We are on Playbox. We are JOJO. We are everywhere.
So how important is that for you? If you weren't on these, what would your subscription be like? It would be, how much would a subscription be? We'll be at what, 20,000 subscribers?
We have around 40,000 plus paid users right now, active paid users. We are very new OTT.
40,000 paid users through your partners or direct?
No, I'm talking about D2C right now.
Sorry?
It's direct to consumer.
Direct to consumer. And what about through your partners?
Well, same amount almost.
You said you had 400,000 subscribers earlier.
No, there were downloads.
Downloads, oh okay. And actives out of all these are 40,000, 40,000, 80,000.
Yeah, we have daily DAU of around 30 to 35,000 users come daily and watch our content.
Okay. And in terms of your revenue streams coming out of your partnerships, your revenue that you're getting,
Yeah.
is it about what? How much is it?
It's coming from export, direct to consumer, and from our partners also.
And from your partners, you lose about 70% or you lose 50% of your revenue?
No, majorly it's coming from our direct customers only.
And when you do it with the partner, how much do you gain, how much do you lose through your partners? Subscriptions that are coming through your partners.
No, we give to them a discounted price only.
Yeah, so what's the wholesale price?
Wholesale price, yes.
So how much do you all lose in the wholesale price? What margins do you all give? Approximate margins to the partners.
We have to check it out.
Okay. What about you all guys? Shemaroo.
You have asked this question to him, so I'm careful about answering it. But in terms of revenue, we would have about 70 to 75 coming from direct to consumer stream. In terms of paid live consumer base, about 60% would come from partners. So there is obviously a ARPU difference between both. As I said earlier, their yield will always be lower in distribution deals. So that, but when it comes to revenue and what we drive, as I said earlier, is leans towards the direct to consumer business, purely SWOT. But after all these arguments, I may consider AWOD as well, because very convincing arguments were made.
So you end up losing how much when you're doing with your partners? How much do you lose? What's the discount you offer to your wholesalers? To your distributors?
So if
Give me a range. Is it 50%, 60%?
If I was giving, I'll tell you about industry. I can't give you my number, but if industry is doing it at 50%, it is a very attractive deal. But
70%.
I won't be able to tell my number. But for the industry, 50% will be a good enough deal to do a direct, like do a large distribution deal with a partner which provides you instant scale up.
What are you all looking at, Doordarshan and Prasar Bharati? How will you all grow you're just 3 million? What are the actives? Daily actives, monthly actives?
So our present major focus is to expand the content libraries, and see, there are three kind of major costs involved in the whole operation. One is the content acquisition cost. Second part, of course, the operation and the storage and CDN management, all those kind of costs. And third part is the marketing. So our present major impetus is to cut down the content acquisition costs. So here, what we are doing is we are tying up with and actually being in the it's being the public broadcaster, we having that advantage to touch up with the state governments, other ministries and departments and all. So, and even the private players. So the branding of the content, even in the frictional or non-fictional way, but getting the endorsement from them. So that is how we are just deburdening ourselves from the content acquisition cost and trying to also include the marketing part within the content cost itself, so that it could be well marketed and it could be linked with each of the content.
So you've got the best marketing vehicle, you've got Doordarshan, you've got All India Radio, push it through that, you don't need
Yes, we are already into that, into the cross promotion through our own platforms. But sometime the digital audiences are actually dispersed. The behavior is totally not very linear behavior. It have a multi-directional behavior. So you have to tap up the digital audience in a different ways. You have to go on the social media. You have to even sometime reach to other digital platforms and like that. So that approach is also happening. Parallelly, what I feel is that the content where the user participation is high, that brings you more eyeballs. That happens with the cricket also. They participate or they enjoy, like particularly with the sports content. So similarly, we are also curating few shows. You will see in a few days. We are bringing in a show like Kisan Cricket League. We are bringing in show like Kheton Ke Khiladi, wherein the farm will be converted, all farm tasks will be converted into activities, and it will be a different kind of game show at the ground with bigger endorsement and celebrities backing it. So, wherein a commoner can participate we are getting into the ground so that they will be the characters or the players in the show. So they would like to see themselves on the screen. So that is another way of getting people engaged to your show. So
what do you see Waves becoming like? Is it going to compete with the likes of the Netflixes, or is it going to? Netflix is very premium, Prime is very premium, Jio Hotstar is premium too. So where do you see your place for Waves? What's the position? It can't be for everyone. You have to figure out who is it for.
So we are having advantage and disadvantage of being late entrant into the market. The disadvantage is that already kind of not complete saturation, but a kind of saturation has come, like in SWOT particularly. So players are already there. That is a disadvantage. We get late into this, but advantage is that now we have the peer learning also. So what is happening across the market, and that is the actual whole learning where we are going ahead. So now since अभी जो 3-4 महीने का हमारा experience रहा, so it was encouraging. Like you have seen that around 3 million people got attached in just mere time. And Doordarshan already, we need not to brand again and again ourselves because it's already branded. Although we branded Waves differently, even nowhere we mentioned Doordarshan or All India Radio into it. Although those are the part, shows are also the part. Even the playlists are dedicated to All India Radio and Doordarshan, but keeping it as a separate entity so that it will have a separate branding. But targets are there. Soon we'll be completing this year itself in the coming few months of 10 million target. So
we have a big problem. MIB has called the conference Waves, which is happening on the 1st. So people may think Waves is not an app, but it's actually a conference.
So एक और भी चीज थी, basically Honorable Prime Minister साहब का, this was a vision that
I'm aware of that,
but I just want to highlight it here also that he gave us the vision that see, India is a country of the content creators. So how to give the opportunities to all kind of content creators, particularly हम लोग थोड़ा digital space में जब देख रहे हैं जो नए content creators हैं, कई बहुत छोटे स्केल पे बना रहे हैं, and there are bigger players also. So everybody was not having a democratic platform. So this was also जब INB ने इसको take up किया प्रोजेक्ट को, Waves OTT को, so कहीं ना कहीं एक उसके पीछे ये भी मोटिव था कि किस तरह से डेमोक्रेटाइज किया जाए एक ऐसी प्रोसेसिंग जिसमें हर किसी को अपना कंटेंट डिस्प्ले करने का अपॉर्चुनिटी जनरेट कर सकें. So that is how the Wave OTT was conceptualized. And that thrust is also being given while we are selecting the content. Soon you will see we are launching a faceless system of content acquisition that will be kind of first in the industry. So wherein every person who is a content creator and thinks that the content have the potential to go can file, reach, then it will be evaluated, of course, according to the standards and the policy norms, and then will be negotiated and taken in accordingly. But at least the problem of reaching out to a platform will be democratized. Everybody, and presently also, whatsoever we are acquiring, we are having the public notices, and everybody can reach and apply. So we are catering, every content provider in that way. It's not that we are limited to a set of distributors, so we are aligning with them only. Although this was a challenge before us while creating such big content libraries and sorting out of that heap. But this is the matter.
Time's up over here almost. Questions from the audience. I hope I've stuck to the topic. Any questions? And don't feel shy. There's a mic. Can we get a mic up here, please? And hurry up, please. Oh wait, I'll go down and give the mic to you.
Question is to Saurabh. So understanding your growth strategy now, looking at the financial statements, there are two sources of revenue, one being the sale of content and one being the subscription. The growth has been coming from sale of content to syndication. Do you see that being the growth driver for your revenue, or do you see subscription revenue growing in the time to come?
So for that, you have to understand what Shemaroo journey has been. So if you look at our journey, syndication has of content, has been always core to our monetization. And if you look at the D2C businesses which we have, one of them is Shemaroo, the other one is broadcast, is a strategic pivot that we have done. And if you look at the market, and there's nothing wrong in being a good syndicator, I think syndication will still outpace subscription journey. We are looking, as I said, that we are leaning towards SWOT model. We think it's more viable. We are also we are a more focused SWOT player, catering to a certain finely combed niches in the market. So we will if you work towards subscription, you will have to make a journey towards that. It's something which doesn't come very easily in Indian market. So obviously, and we remain focused on our core, which is syndication. The opportunities are enormous. It will, I would say, in near future, still outpace the SWOT revenue growth, if you say that.
Just a quick follow-up question. What percentage of your revenue, if you can answer this, what percentage of your subscription comes from Shemaroo, Gujarati, or is there any bifurcation you all have in terms of what content is driving
so
you?
If I may.
Because also I only ask because your Hindi content, legacy content is,
So there is Gujarati play that we have, which is very critical, which is, we have a lot of belief in that. We have a legacy content where we have huge strength. On Shemaroo, if I split my subscription revenue accordingly, it's almost evenly split between both.
Okay, thank you so much.
See, he had the courage to ask a question. Anyone else has the courage? Oh, there's Mr. Khan. My name is Khan. Ask the question,
So it's a very quick question. Dhruvin and Pratap. The question is to Dhruvin and Pratap. You guys are late in 2023 is when you launched JOJO, I guess, and you're also fairly new. Without having any, like Waves, which is government backed. How do you plan to scale?
How are you going to scale?
Take that first. Okay. So, thanks for raising that question. Answering it always fuels me up for me and my team spirit. So, as I could share a little about our journey, having come to like 55, 60 lakh people, putting their vote of confidence in choosing JOJO as their streaming service. And obviously, having a lot of them coming in on a daily, on a monthly active basis, I personally feel that we are just getting started. And although we have started out the AWOD, although bigger players, as we discussed, are going from SWOT to AWOD, we have gone from AWOD to SWOT. So and we've got two plans right now. One is a yearly plan and one is a 3-month plan. And without letting out too much, I could just say this much, that we have, for every 3 yearly paying users, we have 1 user that is buying the 3-month plan, which is typically a very great indicator towards the SWOT journey of JOJO. And definitely, as we proceed into the second year, it is going to be very crucial to expand our distribution. And this panel has been a great help in promoting me in that direction. So looking forward to those new opportunities. But yeah, standalone is the way to go. And I think the fact that the audiences have really given us their love, I think with the times to come and the years to come, those numbers will only scale up.
Basically, he's got the, in simple words, I'm trying to find the right word. He's got the strong
Please
gonads.
find the right word.
No, he's got strong gonads.
Yes, sure.
I'm not using a bad word.
As we say that new vertical things are killing the OTT space, right? Like Instagram, people are on Instagram, people are on Facebook Reels, people are on YouTube Shorts, and new short apps are coming.
Yeah.
Like vertical ones.
Release has come out. Release.
Right. So people are saying that they are killing the time of the users, and people are not coming on OTT, but they are consuming content on those platforms. But I strongly believe that those platforms might be our competitors, hardcore competitors, but they are our friend also. Or anything we want to promote, we promote through social media. Instagram, Facebook, and we are getting very good traction from there. We all do only organic promotions. We don't go for any paid or performance marketing things. Whatever users are coming from seeing our shows, clips, and trailers are our genuine users, and we are driving on them.
Are you making money? Are all of you making money on OTT, or are you all losing money because there's a lot of bleeding happening?
We just started a year back, and I'm sure the journey is very long. And
So you're bleeding right now.
yeah, obviously.
You're also bleeding on OTT.
I'll be very happy to make money on OTT business. But I'll be very happy if anybody is making money on OTT business at a certain scale. But yes, as he asked, as in whatever we are losing, we make it by selling our content.
So you are losing money. You're also losing money.
I would like to say that since it's been our first year, we are growing. So we are plowing back whatever.
Are you bleeding?
Thanks for that.
Are you bleeding?
No, we are not bleeding, I believe.
Okay, you're not bleeding because you're using my money to sell.
If I were to, sir, if I may, if I were to bleed, I would bleed orange because that's the JOJO color.
Okay.
Yeah, we bleed orange.
You're not bleeding because you're using my taxpayers' money to grow.
No, it's not like that. I mean, we also have been, inside business model is very clear cut. So apart from, because when you are using taxpayers' money, it means more responsibility also. So it's a very clear cut business model on which we are working. But being a public platform, having few advantages also. So now across, this is not a phenomena that they are bleeding or in the initial phases.
I'll correct myself. It's investment mode.
It's
more proper.
Actually, it's a bit difficult to get the full recoveries out of the content only. So then we are also working out few other models. Like few years back we worked on the free dish model. So you'll also see that the distribution through some hardware engagements. So that I don't want to unravel right now, but that will also be something new to the industry. We are working on few models which will be fresh revenue models, so that which will stabilize the OTT and also take care of the revenue.
Yeah, so I also see a model where connected TVs are going to get your money a lot more. You're being much more connected TVs on mobile phones. I'm talking about Shemaroo.
Something fresh we will introduce, which have been not introduced yet in the industry.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure having you all here, and let's give them a round of applause. Come on, not me, them. Thank you.